right button has been pressed. The light has turned green. We have not immediately dropped all the frames in the world. So we are back and ready to go with another Super Robot Sundays here on Sound Goblin Gaming as we go into the final mission of Super Robot Wars 30. I'm, as always, Bograt.
I'm the Krampus.
I'm Hunter Green.
And I'm Vincent.
Shiv will not be joining us today due to a personal engagement. But yeah, we are on Where Tomorrow Starts, the final mission.
Yep. For God's sakes, let's finish this game.
Yep. So this is going to be a slightly shorter stream than usual, by which I mean maybe an hour and a half to 2 hours rather than 2 hours to 2.5. Tend to start late these days.
It's very dependent on how long it takes us to finish this damn stage.
From what I remember, there's a fair amount of cutscene in this.
I mean, the final mission, I would kind of.
They're not going to do anything, but yeah. I'm going to get right back in the ship.
I mean, you powered them up.
Yes, and they're level 59.
They might be able to survive a hit.
No.
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 Nope. No. 150
I
levels
promise.
between them and
I promise you, even with all of the actual suit stats leveled up to level 20, a 140 level gap means that their actual pilot stats are like probably not even a quarter of what the enemies are.
Yeah.
And everything is a combination of pilot stat and suit stat. So yeah, no. Without our effective infinite amount of 4Cs, they will die instantly if anything looks at them.
Which technically means they'll be just fine,
Yes.
but they ain't gonna do much of anything.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, they're also not going to really be capable of damaging anything on the field.
Well, they'll do like 10. Quite literally, they'll do 10.
Yeah.
Can people still use spirits or be chosen to use spirits if they're inside the ship?
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
As long as they were deployed.
Yeah. Then they're like 1 or 2 free 4Cs.
Yeah.
I don't know what skills they actually have. But
Carlos, I'm almost certain. Awakened Carlos, I'm almost certain has 4C. I mean, granted, it's still not nearly as cheap as the one we have on Edge, but
No.
no.
Yeah, but if you're not.
and also they don't have the amount of SP anywhere near anybody who is at level 200.
Look, I'm scraping the bottom of the barrel here for things Eldora Soul could do in this mission besides sit at the window seat and watch.
To be fair, even if you're only using for 1 or 2, not like there has been anything else. So it is there for that.
And as
Yes,
a 5-man
them and the
team,
like 6 other people we have that have 4C.
And there has been for other stuff.
Not really.
Another
No.
4C. Not really.
Like Marin, I guess occasionally we might use Excel on the rock column.
That's fair. In semi-related news, an Eternal just removed their Hathaway. Certainly is the first Hathaway. So, Eternal missions.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sure is 43 enemies. Alright.
Also released chains, which are basically running through significant events in character. Like there's a lot that focus on Char and then Master. And yeah. And the first one is so easy that literally just put on auto and Char gets that kill.
I mean, in fairness, when I was playing that game, most missions I just put on auto and set my phone down.
Yeah. It was particularly funny because that's good. Playing auto, he went through, got his 2 kills that he got on his turn, and everything that attacked him missed and got killed by the counter.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's pretty normal.
But it also has the first supporter that has some things it covers. So that was actually kind of interesting.
Yeah, I mean, the supporters have already, in that game, have already been kind of an interesting balancing mechanic. Because typically speaking, the broader the category they serve, the lower the actual boost they give. Typically, whereas like the ones that are like this whole, anything from this series tend to be a much lower percentage than ones that are like characters with this specific trait. So, I think the only exception to that is like new type gets roughly the same percentages as series because there's so fucking many of them.
I'm surprised for agonist rival.
Yeah, they don't do that, although those ones are less than the ones that are for more specific stuff.
Yeah,
Typically, they're just not as bad as the ones that are for a full series. Because it's like, I want to say it's something like the top tier max out for a full series one is like 15%. For the very specific traits, it's like 30 or 32%. And I think the ones that are like protagonist and rival are like 25, somewhere in there.
Okay, yeah, they're the middle.
Yeah. They basically cap out at what the second tier is for the highly specific ones.
I also on the new got something I still haven't figured out what it's from. Support unit that hanging covers as Mobile Suit Gundam,
Uh huh.
but I don't recognize her or the ship. I think the ship is called the something like that. And I tried looking up like the details, like how you have your like what's your from that game, and I can't find it.
Yeah, that's Claudia, the beehive. She's from Thunderbolt.
That would explain why it got removed.
Yeah. Yeah, the beehive itself is just a Columbus class. That thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a Columbus class. It just looks a little different than the ones we're used to seeing because it's obviously from a much newer adaptation. Like, that's what they looked like in original 0079.
You are.
Yeah, they're one of the ones that were. They were originally like big cargo carrier vessels that essentially got retrofitted into being mobile suit carriers because they could just put mobile suits in cargo bays.
Sense.
Like they were still primarily used as cargo carriers even during the 1 Year War, but a handful of them did get retrofitted into being mobile suit carriers before they had like actual dedicated mobile suit ships.
Depending on what looking at, they didn't have mobile suits late in the war.
Even for the ones where they did have mobile suits earlier on in the war, they didn't have dedicated carrier craft for mobile suits until late 1 Year War. Even in those instances, because even then, like stuff like the Salamis and stuff like that didn't really have mobile suit bays in them, and like a lot of warships for the Federation, even into the mid and well into the late war, literally just had mobile suits strapped to the outside of them. That the pilots would basically go out, spacewalk to their mobile suits, and then cut them loose.
My reference there is more of Origin. They have the, but
Yep.
those aren't mobile suits, but they are. It's kind of weird in that regard.
Well, they had gun tank early types and gun cannon early types.
Yeah.
Well, very early on in the war, but those were even within Origin. Those were always like they were made as part of Project V, with the intention of being like we're testing like this armature or like this servo setup.
That doesn't make that the gun cannons that are actually there on site, and Char as a kid is making
Yeah.
prior to any mobile development whatsoever.
I mean, it's not prior to any mobile suit development whatsoever. It's early mobile suit development, but I mean, the fact that they are there means that there was mobile suit development of some sort.
Yeah, but it was prior to like Dawn created that, and Dawn created their mobile suit for Project V. Project V was in months.
Yes, but I think mobile workers had existed for a long time, even by the time Char was a child. So it doesn't make it's not that mysterious. That like, oh, there might be some early military development for these things. Xeon were just the first ones that made an actual, fully dedicated.
Knock knock.
Literally pulling up to your front door.
Open the door so you find Algin. Oh,
I didn't order this on Amazon. Flats.
So the gun tank early types were officially adopted in UC 65.
I might be remembering this wrong, but Bunting, as part of a operation, weren't they also using the system?
The actual Operation V ones, yes.
Okay.
But the whole point is like a lot of the early the gun tank early types, the gun cannon rollout units, those ones weren't technically part of Project V. They were literally like, oh, we think we developed a new way for like the hand to work.
Right.
We're gonna build this thing and test it.
It was those out of track. Not the one thing. And I guess that would happen. wonder whether it was never.
And yeah, the gun tank early types at least well predate even the actual mobile workers because they were tank treaded.
Yeah.
They were considered technically vehicles, not actually like they later got sort of reclassified as mobile suits, but they weren't like walking units, so they weren't really considered that.
I can imagine you coming. Oh my god, you're right there.
And yeah, the actual regular usage gun tank did even in Origin didn't exist until September of 79.
Why do you insult me like this game?
They had the early types, and then they had basically a bunch of gun cannon test types because they had the first rollout. They had the mobility test type and the artillery test type and whatnot. That came slightly before that, but even still, it was like they had some military development on mobile suits before Xeon did, but Xeon made the first like actual real like full production line. Everything that the Federation had up prior to that was all just sort of test machines.
You're not supposed to fight the hardest version of her, right?
Eh.
I don't think. Either way, we're gonna stop. It's almost a good crazy thing.
Yeah, it's no claw.
No claw. It's no. What's his name? Zoltan.
Is there a phase beyond this one?
Nope.
That's just
I don't think so, at least.
Wait, now who's the guy from the 00 side story? On the Krampus.
Oh, I don't even remember what that guy's name is.
That guy's a real good.
The dude you
Oh,
really
Fawn
like to
Spark?
watch. Yeah, Fawn Spark.
Yeah, no, defeat Flow Status is the final victory condition for this mission.
I mean, she's probably going to do something where she heals back up to full once. And now you see my
Yeah, probably.
wiggles around menacingly. Old baby Groot.
So baby Groot.
I didn't even know you were there.
Yeah, I was gonna say. A surprise attack.
Entirely behind the ziggurat there.
I'm just gonna do that one. It still has Valor.
Yep.
That's good.
Yeah, like even throwing Solar Valoron wasn't going to cause it to one shot anyway, so what does it matter? Yeah, there's also that factor to consider. I'm pretty sure she has 1,000,000 health.
Yeah, looks like it.
Considering you're doing like 15, 16,000 and the bar is moving barely visibly.
Range is 10. Wanted to check that. Do I have to care about whether or not she hits me? Triple action, supreme, break, pressure 4. Those don't seem to have a debuff. Biggest thing I really have to worry about is she has a map attack. That's everywhere around
Yep.
here.
Yeah, it is
That's a
just
big factor.
9 from her in all directions.
Yeah.
Not really a whole lot you can do about that.
No. Just gonna stick to. Oh, that's the best I can do about that. Everyone takes half damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
If I remember correctly from looking at it, I don't think it's a particularly high-powered attack anyways because it is so insanely ranged.
It's 5,000.
Yeah. Pretty insignificant as far as attack powers go.
Yeah.
Even with like Supreme and Potential kicking up.
What is her? Oh, okay, we'll fix that later.
And if something happened to it,
the other one that's semi-important is you also do want to try and make sure that Ogami and Taiga are parked next to people as much as possible.
Band radius stuff.
No, their
they
whole
have
thing is
support
their
defend.
support defend, and their actual ace bonuses, they take 0 damage when they support defend.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
That's real good.
Yeah, because normally when you do a support defend, you take like some percentage of it, and that can be reduced by stuff. But their thing is literally they take no damage when they support defend somebody.
Got it.
Like, we can't necessarily egg her into attacking certain people, but we can at least make the possibility of like, hey, if she attacks this person, Ogami's just gonna support defend and fucking
Right.
chump them.
Maximize who gets access.
Yeah. Basically, just kind of park them in the center of a cross as much as possible.
She started close enough to the ship, so she's automatically analyzed.
Yep.
Big.
Sorry, not quite a million. She only has 940,000 HP.
But all of them.
Right.
Ow! Or not.
Don't tempt them. You have any idea how long this game will last, or one of these games will last, if that actually is the HP of a current unit?
Pretty sure the developers are not listening to our level.
They aren't. But the internet is.
What's the game?
Make fan games.
Yeah.
That we're not gonna play.
I mean, you say that.
Like, literally, our next Super Robot Wars is a fan game.
Yeah.
Only attacking you because I can't get to the boss.
Also, because it's Ultraman, so we want him to be beat up a little bit.
That too. I don't want everyone to be beat up a little bit. I just have to be leery of map attacks.
Yes, but even then, Ultraman more so than almost anybody else, because even in addition to just the general boost from potential, he also has his very specific thing, which triggers from him having the shit kicked out of him.
Yes.
That very rarely actually happens.
I also have a
Happens only slightly more than the one for what's his name? That guy.
Kiriko, yeah.
Jericho. There is technically one for beat up. It's just that, just that I think it's like this dodgy unit has to be at like 35%. I think. And it's
With his
upgrade.
ace bonus, it's like 50%, but still.
Yeah, it's just.
I mean, I mean, it's the same thing with Ultraman, where it's like this dodgy unit has to be at like 10%.
Yeah.
I also have a falling unconscious, but
Oh, I thought it was bleeding on people.
no, that happens after the first. Does make me victor.
I'm sure on some planet your fighting style is much plotted. Your weak link is, this is Earth.
But yeah, it is 30% HP for Kiriko with ace bonus. I think it's 10% normally.
More talking!
Oh, shut up, Kafka.
I like that Bright made way for her. The cutscene actually moved him once.
Yeah, it does that in
Square.
order to make room.
That is
Eh,
incorrect.
we left about a scratch.
We have dented the hull.
No, we haven't. Not unless you just did damage in a cutscene.
That's what it was. Ultimate Factor was at under 50% HP. He takes 20% less damage. The other part of it doesn't actually require damage, though. It is just on the third turn from launch. He gets a 15% bonus to all stats and 20% damage dealt. I have the percentages reversed.
So Ultraman Factor might actually kick in, because I believe that has to be turn 3.
Yes, third turn after sorting.
Something that we never have.
What?
Who? It's absurd enough when the mechs are moving around and talking with each other, but when it's just fucking a giant ship and a giant fucking mobile armor.
You know the thing that completely throws me off? The entire story being based around the black-haired woman's retribution. She's very clearly brunette.
Better here. Where's Erica in that? Okay.
Now, ram her.
Alright. Now, fire the wave motion gun.
Yes.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, there you go.
Bury this, you filthy casual. Tell me word.
From downtown. I'd like to see you try.
Drama. You heard him.
Yep. There's one person I can imagine has got good speakers on the robot.
Speakers.
He just opens the
I was
cockpit and
going to
yells.
say,
Didn't even need to open the cockpit.
He doesn't need to, but he wants to. Like hell, that thing's gonna contain him.
he's gonna jump out into his brother and smoke. And the rest of them are like, nope, just stay here.
Look, if there was one person who was going to get the ram somebody, walk into them, and shoot the pilot, it was going to be Harlock. But if there's two people who are going to get that.
Rio was just a fucking clan elemental.
Yeah.
Just fucking
Forgot the size of
Cyclominos.
one.
Just fucking Cyclominos is either like, what the fuck is knocking on the outside of the Floss Deus? What is that sound of metal wrenching?
Oh crap! I'm back to control things. Okay. How much
Okay.
do you have left?
What? Why is there a boot in my cockpit?
Can't move. I can do everything else. I don't care.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to say, does the
No,
bow-mounted
no,
particle
no.
cannon work? Nothing else matters.
Yeah, it's like you're in range.
I don't remember that.
It hasn't been necessary.
No.
I doubt it's necessary now, but it'd be funny.
Absolutely, positively phenomenal.
A third of our units haven't even left the starting
Uh-huh.
line yet.
Not entirely sure how
I am
well
correct
we're
that this is the second turn, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm guessing it set up a ahead and cast so.
Yeah.
Basically.
That's what I figured.
Well,
Thank you. Thank you. Your friend is all the way over there, tied up with my mate. Where did my minion go? Oh no.
I.
こいつが究極最強のゲッターの姿だ。ドラゴンのパワーを極限まで引き出す。タイミングを合わせろ。ゲッターシャイン。シャインスパーク。
Well done.
One day, all of my other teammates will get crushed by an asteroid. And then I'll be happy. Try to beat the odds there's intelligent life out there. I just gotta wait.
It's weird that I feel more for him, not because of the trials he goes combat, but specifically because of how much he's shit on him, that I feel sorry for him. And I think that's the height of the emotion I have for anything involving Edge.
I mean, that show's fine. It's just nothing special.
It was
It's-
mediocre at best.
It's
It's probably also mediocre at worst. That's
Yeah.
The glass half full / half empty argument is a lot worse when the glass is full of mediocrity.
Yeah.
Full half empty.
Yeah. Like, it's not terrible like Crossing. But I still don't care about any of the characters.
I'll say the mechs elicited more emotion than the characters.
お前をぶっ殺して全てに
The
決着
next
をつけるって
all
決め
right,
たんだよ
but I still I don't
That was more commentary on the characters than the mechs.
that's fair. Their designs are easy to recognize them. Like they
してあがけそして
The fact that she's in what's considered the danger zone and still doesn't have a visible HP number.
Oh, yeah, they maxed out the HP bar basically.
thank you. I was waiting for somebody to just tell her to shut up.
友よ今があの暗き闇を払う時おう天婚一滴の勝負を挑む友よ今こそ我らの力を見つかて今こそ我らの
Hold the wrath of Sangar's unfold and Ratzel Feinschmecker.
我らが立てぬ者なし
A potential.
Nope. Already gone.
Oh, right. Oh, wait.
He's
As
a
he-
zeal. Yeah. if you want him to actually do something, you zeal. Yeah, unfortunately, even direct attack doesn't do anything about potential because potential is just stats raising. It's not technically a defensive ability.
Yeah. Thank you, Jericho.
Should have brought the Shrikes along.
The Super Robot Wars is about making it better.
Yeah.
That's not true. Let's just recruit Glemmy.
Yes, we don't have to. The only reason you did is because you wanted the Queen Mansa.
Hey, look, Free Queen Mansa, throw Glemmy out of the thing.
Like his headquarters are Airlock. Or his quarters.
Orders. We have a little hatch.
Okay, but
that
any
we can
series
store.
that Wing is involved in, we don't get the option to not recruit Wu Fei. So what's your argument for that?
All right, fair enough.
Good
Look,
point.
they try to make it better, but
Yes, but Wing doesn't get that option either. Wu Fei survives every series. That's just more parallel.
The 5 literal. Yes, of course he gets it.
It's not always the case with series.
Not even always the case with Gundam.
Especially not always the case with Gundam.
I mean, Zeta ends with Camille in a vegetative state.
Okay, and with Amuro dead.
They transubstantiated into swan ghosts.
Yep. Actually, trying to think of another series.
I mean, what's the point? Like, Uso comes out fine, but like 90% of the secondary cast of Victory are dead.
yeah.
Okay, that's pretty standard actually. For I don't know.
Not nearly as much as Victory, actually. Most of the time,
IBO.
most of the time, it's like 2 or 3 notable characters and like maybe a couple others. Victory, like I'm not exaggerating, it's like 90% of named characters are dead.
Yep.
IBO.
I
there's
think
a series.
IBO is the only one that even close to matches Victory. And that's just because the second season was a fucking bloodbath.
First season, that's it.
Yes, but it had like 3. Not like 3 per episode.
Yeah.
Cyclaminos, you're under arrest. Stop resisting. Stop resisting.
IBO does have one of the best kill scenes.
Like honestly, just sticking with UC, like most of Zeta gun or double Zeta is fine, except Judao literally fucks off to the ass end of the universe and is like, y'all deal with your own fucking problems now.
Which is fair, considering. I am curious. Out of the way.
It looks like they're mostly just ignoring it from everything we've seen, honestly.
Like, not that I'm expecting him to have a happy end.
Oh, it's absolutely not going to have a happy ending.
Hathaway and Norbright are going to have a happy end.
自由も世界の未来も全てこの手で守ってみせる。やるぜユッケマインサーチ。ブラックホールキャノンセットで終わらせる。インパクト
potential is maxed out, but not supreme. Okay, Zeal got you.
I'll enter under firepower eventually, and then I shall have my revenge. My hatred shall be. What do you mean they get Zeal again?
Can't go again. You've already gone. That's cheating.
Oh yeah, like a lot of our guys have Zeal. Shut up, Geta man. He's like digging his way through the back of the thing, like sticking his face in, doing color commentary. Occasionally, like sticks his hand, whacks her on the side of the head.
They'll run out of SP eventually.
Kiriko has Zeal as well.
Yeah, Kiriko has Zeal. Let's.
Amuro's turn.
Real robots, so they don't need a rusted wall. Oh,
Don't care.
and you have a lot of skills 462. Oh, should have like 500 now.
Hit stats.
Hmm.
490.
490, yeah. Bring away. How much above it doesn't need for second attack?
50.
Okay. Oh, that'll explain it. Yep.
Now, if you hit him with the stats plus from one of the ships,
Okay. that
also, by the way, he has Zeal.
Yeah, yeah, he
does.
does. Stats up. Not yet.
Not
Okay.
quite there.
I remember above 500 just doesn't matter most
For the actual, like,
for the derived stuff.
yeah, but for comparative stuff like second attack and whatnot, it absolutely does.
Yeah.
Check his stats now, see what they're.
That's just not going.
No, it's just not. Yeah, his skill is just capped.
All right. Well, right side.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, because like by that time he should be more than enough above her to hit, but
Yep. Oh. But yeah, that's just not going up anymore. So
No.
I'm never getting a turn out.
no.
No. Not even slightly.
I don't know. I think it'd be very funny to let her kill herself on a counterattack.
No, I have something else in mind. Let's see.
Yep. 5 seconds.
Oh, thank you so much.
There are like a million pilots there. I'm pretty sure if you scroll through them, one of them has bullseye.
There we go. All right.
It is indeed your time to shine.
Oh, come on. Seriously?
俺たちが真の勇者かどうか俺たちには分かる正義楽しみはこれからだエルドラファイトミリオンガンガンボンバッ
Oh, it's truly beautiful.
Oh, it's an early Christmas.
That answers my unasked question. Hey Vince, why are you buffing up the stats for this unit if you're not actually going to use them? There we go.
It's also why I was asking about the amount of phases this had.
Yep.
And then they were all killed in a terrible demon apocalypse.
Yep.
Don't you hate when that happens? So one disadvantage of having a massive cast where you give everyone lines is you have a massive cast where you give everyone lines.
Yep. Alright, so the plan is we hold open the portal, we get everyone through, and then we close it behind us, and we never go back, right? Yeah, we never go back.
And we're heading back to our own war. Why are we heading back to our own war? Why not just bring our friends here? Here?
Yeah, just bring all Tekkadon on here, it's fine.
Else you can go back if you want. Got some bad news for you.
That depends. If you throw McGillis into the giant face of Hangar 1 and let it eat him.
I mean, McGillis isn't the problem. McGillis isn't what causes them to lose.
It's listening to McGillis that gets them in. Or
I
gets
mean,
Organ
it definitely
to
would
hot
have been better
water,
if
and
they
everybody
didn't
else. Yeah.
care about McGillis.
I'm not saying it fixes
By
every
better,
single
you
problem in
mean
the
would have
IPO.
been like, I don't know, a very minor PMC that gets crushed to death by Gallarhorn anyway?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I don't
the
think
way
Gal-
it get-
Gallarhorn cared about the existence of Tekkadon.
Would have been easier to negotiate with what's his name because he didn't actually have that much.
The only thing Miguel is actually a little early.
Yeah, like,
Like, I'm harping on main asshole Galileo, but
yeah, but
Honestly-
Galio's also a fucking nobility prick,
Yes.
so fuck him.
of all the
You can more okay. You can more harp him because he's shit at political maneuvering.
They have all the Jar characters, all the different Venom series. He's definitely one of the better.
That's a low bar.
Somewhere.
See, the fun part is McGillis isn't even actually the Char.
I meant more for.
Only Char in season. But yeah,
Even in season 1, he's not really the Char.
anyone else qualify?
Else.
Galio is actually more the Char than McGillis is.
That's actually true.
Well, that, and then season 1 is more just straightforward, just there. I mean, season 2, absolutely, but
I mean, for roughly 60% of 79, Char is just there. He doesn't actually interact with the white base hardly at all.
Counters early on, then absolutely.
He's like around and eggs Garma on to go like, oh yeah, no, you can take him. Go get him. Yeah,
Yeah.
boy. And then you don't really see him again for like 20 episodes.
yeah, but Char the whole time is still actually plotting and scheming behind the scenes to get his secret agenda done. Galio is not doing that in season 1.
Yeah.
Galio is just, I don't know, throwing the Kamaris vainly at.
Well, yes, but the political maneuverings are not what people talk about when they refer to the Char. They're not talking about Char's whole plan to kill all the zombies. That's not what defines the Char.
I refer to anyone as Char who is the mask with some type of extra agenda. But the mask is the more important thing. Harry Ord is the Shar of Turn A because he's the one who has glasses. That's as close as we get to a mask.
At the end of the day, aren't we all just a little bit the Shar?
The real Char was the Char we made along the way.
We keep saying Shar, it just loses its meaning.
Yeah.
Here comes Pokemon. Powerful starter. Charmander.
I mean, like, in the long run, McGillis is really more the protagonist of an entirely different series that's going on over here.
Yeah.
While Tekadon is kind of doing their stuff over here.
Yeah.
And occasionally goes like, oh, hey, it'd be really handy to have those, like, brutally powerful PMC dudes around to handle some shit for me.
Like how Wing is. Or is what he's doing. Have
The story that doesn't actually show up on the fucking show.
Kind of neither of them. It's just mostly here's some political intrigue happening, and we occasionally remember that this is supposed to be a Gundam series, and here's a Gundam. Also, we made these 5 pilots for reasons.
Yeah, he made 5 Gundams. 5 pilots.
For more on them, play, I don't know, a fucking shit ton of other Super Robot Wars games.
Pretty much.
Jesus
Who
Christ.
the fuck are you?
It would be great if it legitimately stuck someone in that like wasn't a part of any of the robot team. Like,
I'm dead serious. I don't actually know who that was.
Yeah, that was 100% of it, and I've been here the whole time too.
that was one of the many like DLC characters that we got in one of their missions and then never touched. It's just they also never used that person for cutscenes or anything,
Yeah,
so
I
we
was
didn't get
gonna
reminded
say.
every so often that they exist. I think the writers forgot.
Strange, because I practically remember everyone at some point.
I'm trying to remember his actual name.
I think it was Dito.
Yeah, because he is technically the pilot of the it's the Banpresto original.
Oh, the Didarion.
Yeah, the Didarion.
Oh, okay, that's what he actually looks like.
Yes,
Yeah,
because he
his
is
pilot,
also the Didarion.
Yeah, because his pilot profile is the Didarion.
Yeah. Yes, that is actually just Dito.
Yeah.
He's just a dude who turns into the Didarion.
Indeed, Nova.
That's stupid, and people are going to figure out who you are immediately.
Uh-huh.
I don't.
What are you gonna do? Not get gassed?
See? He introduces himself. They say, no, you're not that guy. Then he uses his gas and says, yes, I am.
Or he just
There,
goes,
we're done.
or he just goes, but Lelouch is dead. They're like, but you're, oh, well, okay. He's dead. On Wikipedia, it must be true.
It's what they did in the movie, but just as dumb there.
Yes.
Time to load up the ship. Not one that's really for the road. Okay. Hey, press trigger to actually send everyone off. Done that first.
All right.
And that brings us to the end of Super Robot Wars 30,
Yep.
including the extra chapter. Technically already seen these credits because they do run at the end of the main game. But yeah, so
Yep.
that is the real conclusion of everything.
Yep.
Ties up all the little loose ends here and there. And sends everyone back home, and
Yep, ends our world's worst speedrun of this game.
yeah.
So easily the most comprehensive of, or the most comprehensive thing you could ask for the VXT era of Super Robot Wars. A little bit bloated, in my opinion, but
Little bit
It
is
genuinely
strong.
was not so bad before the DLC, honestly. I think, like, as much as I do like a lot of the stuff that got included by the DLC, a lot of the series and units and stuff like that, I genuinely feel like this game would have been better without it. Just because it was already too long. It was like 180 missions before the DLC happened.
I think they would have been better off doing something like Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth did and actually make it time strangers equivalent with a lot of the
Yeah, have like a
DLCs.
have a split off game.
Yeah.
That's kind of sort of what they're doing with Y.
Hmm.
Like the DLCs are semi self-contained.
Okay.
Like they're not entirely, they are integrated within the game itself, but the stories of them themselves are very much, they're not interspersed through the whole thing. They kind of come as
as just a bundle of
pretty much.
okay.
That's also why all the DLC stuff are sort of thematically tied together.
And why it is not loaded in. So
Yeah, Y is back to a more traditional style.
Yeah.
I mean, it was celebration.
Yeah.
Anniversary.
Yeah.
They wanted to make a pretty big deal.
exactly.
As far as gameplay is concerned, it starts out fine, it goes fine, and then it falls right the fuck off a cliff when you hit max level, basically.
I mean, that's
before that, but that's not exactly particularly unique.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's pretty much just how Super Robot Wars always goes. You do reach a certain tipping point in the game where you may as well just end a turn and let things shatter themselves on your units at a certain point.
Yeah.
Even in the old school ones, I mean, we reached that point.
This is probably
2/3 of the way through. It's just that
this is probably a step above that, even for just how brokenly stupid.
kind
shit
of.
gets.
I mean, the biggest thing about it is that it's still, I would say, percentage-wise, you still reach that point about the same distance along the game as you do in a traditional Super Robot Wars game. The difference being is that in a traditional Super Robot Wars game, that means you have maybe 12 missions left, whereas in this one, it means you have like 40.
Yeah.
Is what it really comes down to. Is like in an average Super Robot Wars game, you reach that point and you've maybe got 5-6 hours of the game left. In this one, you reach that point and you have like 30 hours left. So it's just like, it definitely feels more pointed.
There's a bit of that. There's also they also throw all the grindiness at you completely unnecessarily.
Yeah. Honestly, as weird as it is with it already being so kind of bloated, I think it probably would have been better served if they put level cap at like 500
Possibly, yeah.
rather than like 200. Like you would still probably reach that by the end because we hit 200 about halfway through.
I mean, what they really need to do is XP plus. That's it. That's it. You just need to make the XP gain far less.
Yeah. I mean, it accomplishes the same thing, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
like again, like you've talked about, even on like Expert Plus, it still kind of ends up being the same thing because at a certain point, it's much harder to get there. But then once you get there, your capped is capped. Like,
Oh no, it's actually worse because you get to 200 like 30 missions in even.
yeah,
It's yeah, because basically the difficulty on Super Expert is everything is 20 levels above you.
yeah.
Which makes
Means
it
that you
complete-
get a shit ton of XP for killing, and you get like boss level XP for killing grunts essentially.
Yeah, exactly.
And then once you reach the max level, there's
Yeah, the
no
other-
difficulty left essentially.
No, because the enemies still have a max level of 200.
Yeah.
So once you start getting into like the 190 plus range,
Yeah.
they just start capping off, and it's
Like you could very much feel it even with the final fight there against Phlos Deus. Is like the challenge was literally not like, oh, how are we gonna beat this? It was literally just, we just have to fling everything we have against it 100 fucking times.
yeah.
Yeah.
And we can because we have a million fucking SP.
Yeah.
I was nowhere near taxed on resources. I could keep going.
Oh yeah.
And at worst, I just say end, let her take a turn, then I have the entirety of everyone again.
Yeah, exactly. And there's no time limit in that mission or anything. And like, yeah, she hits hard, but likewise, we have a million foresees and walls and
Yeah,
persists and
I could foresee every attack she has. If
yeah, because she only got 3 attacks per round, and
Yeah.
fucking Edge has 10 cost foresee.
And there's a bunch of other
And there's a bunch of other people with foresee that we don't use the SP off of for anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, there's, I mean, again, Super Robot Wars games, even on highest difficulties, never have a challenging end game. It's just not. There would probably be ways to make it work, but it's a difficult balance to strike.
It doesn't help the supporters are particularly broken in this one as well.
Yes. Yeah, like when we've talked about it a little bit, and we'll obviously talk about it more when we get to Y, but like the system that Y has is a bit more restrictive in that regard because it is much harder. You don't just have this huge pool of SSP and this huge list of ones to do. You have to take significantly, like the bar that you get to actually use the assists in Y is built up by actually like engaging in combat and doing the things. And it also doesn't build up all that quickly, so.
No. And Y in general did a decent job of cutting way the fuck down on the multiple different types of various resources.
Yes.
Yeah, because combat is only that bar that you done use for supporters and SP, and that's it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Other than the basic bullets and the Mac resource.
Yeah, ammo and energy, but like I mean that's again always been in the game.
Yeah.
That's like ammo, energy, and spirits have been in the series since the very beginning, and like the additional systems are what's different.
Yeah, above that it only has the I forget what it's called, but the bar you spend for supporters, basically.
I think it's literally just called assists.
Assists. Okay.
I think in Y they just call them assists.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it definitely is more tightly tuned.
Yeah.
The assists are than the supporters are in 30. But I mean, overall, I am glad 30 happened. I am glad they made it what they did as well, because if nothing else, the change in style to the less, scenario 1, then scenario 2, then scenario 3, then 4A or 4B, depending on which choice you make. Like giving a less linear playthrough, I feel like was a good change for the series, and the fact that they carried that through into Y as well.
Yeah.
Just definitely, I feel like that's a good direction for them to take it. It allows for a little bit more. First off, it allows for a little bit more customization because you can focus on heading towards the units you want faster, and also it also helps increase replayability because rather than just like, oh well, I took the A path last time, I guess I'll take the B path this time. Now instead, it actually really does have a lot of like, oh, I didn't, this entire mission just was one that I never even got to do the last time because I didn't have the requirements at the time, and by the time I did, it was already pat. Like you either get one or the other. There's a lot of that available, just because of the less linear, playthrough style. So that coming from 30, if nothing else, if that's the only thing from 30 that sticks, I think that's a worthwhile change from this game, a worthwhile evolution of the formula.
Yeah. And yeah, that just seems to work better than the linear pathing, honestly.
I mean, again, the linear pathing works for the games it's in, and it has its place. It's just, I mean, again, they've been doing it for 30 years, and it was time for a change up.
Yeah.
It was like, there are definitely aspects to linear pathing that work a little bit better, and that it does allow them to have a more directly constructed story without necessarily having to like slide little dialogue boxes in here or there of like, oh, they might have Char at this point, so have him say something.
Yeah, but at the same time, as directly constructed as it can be, because you're still chopping up series and interweaving them together with each other.
You are, but it allows you to have a little bit more control over, like, exactly what they've gone through at that point. You know exactly, what characters they have and all that, so you can kind of script things out a little bit more coherently rather than just like half the time. It's like, yes, doing the missions, get you the units earlier, get you maybe the characters earlier, get you, this, that, or the other a little bit earlier in this one. But as far as the impact on the actual story, for the most part, it's literally like that character has one line of dialogue in this scene because you recruited them before this. Like, whatever. Whereas like in the actual older style where it was more linear and had kind of the split pathing, you at least got really interesting things that happened on one path or the other. And then like when you kind of came back together, you would sort of hear the reports of what happened on that path and could be like, oh, that's kind of weird. Maybe I want to go see that. Most used supporter, Orga, 153 times. The second most, Boss Nukenmucha with 32.
Yep.
I didn't start using Boss Mu.
We didn't get Boss
until-
Nukenmucha until like
Well, yeah.
very shortly ago.
Yeah, even then, I didn't use them for a very long time until it was like, okay, fuck it. There's nothing. There's nothing else I can gain from any of the resources. I'm just gonna put them here so I don't have to think during the about anyone's defenses.
More defense.
Right.
Okay, I feel like that's misrepresenting Daba a little bit.
Yeah.
He did only
He
throw.
did only throw 272 attacks. Now, mind you, some of those attacks killed 5 enemies.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're gonna see the amount of kills.
I feel like the judging
It's
system
gonna
might
be
be
like,
slightly
oh.
skewed.
Well, I
here.
mean, we can see what our total was for the across the entire team. We killed 11,124 enemy units.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you for joining us for our wrap up of Super Robot Wars 30. We'll actually be back tomorrow with Pokemon Mondays, I believe.
Yep.
You guys decide when you're starting. Going to start doing Legends ZA. On Thursday, we're coming very close, I think, to the end of Hindsight for this season.
Yes, we basically have 2 books left. We have Elder Evils, and then we'll be Dragon Megas Compendium.
Yeah. So probably 2 more weeks of that.
Yeah.
What might be a little. Still have other. Prestige class great.
We do, but
Yeah, but
that's
that
more
was
of a side
supposed to be
thing.
done as a fill-in. That wasn't
Yeah.
done as like this is definitely something we're going to go through every single book.
Yeah, we might eventually, but we'll find time for it. I don't know.
Yeah. And then we'll be taking our traditional 1-week break between games. So we will not be back on Sunday. But the following Sunday, we'll be kicking off a brief interlude from Super Robot Sundays to head back into Sound Goblin Storytime as we play through Paranorma Site, a pretty interesting game. It's has some DNA in common with like the Zero Escape series, does a little bit of that kind of stuff. As I mentioned last week when we were talking about it, unfortunately doesn't pan out quite as much as the prologue seemed to promise it would. But in the long run, still a pretty entertaining game, still pretty interesting, and has some, I think it's still a really cool and interesting story to play through. But until then, I've been Bograt.
I've been the Krampus.
I've been on.
And I'm Vincent.
Have a good one, everyone.